And a lot of people said that that's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against. And they actually viewed me as I'm being discriminated against. It's been pretty amazing, but it possibly, I don't know, maybe there's something there.
That was said in front of hundreds of black conservatives. So you all were all there. A quick show of hands. Do you believe his comments were in any way racist? Nobody.
Yesterday, Donald Trump was at an event. I guess it was a black voters event, and Donald Trump had a few things to say. And of course, anytime Donald Trump says anything about anyone, they're going to deem it either racist or sexist or misogynistic or whatever. And Donald Trump had a couple of things that he said during this speech, and they tried to spin it into he's being racist, even though in the black audience that was there all cheered him on. They tried to create a racist narrative out of it because, of course, they did. So ABC News had some voters on, and this is how it went. And let me just tell you, this is a glorious backfire, and I love every single second of this. You weirdo losers in the mainstream media, you get what you deserve, and this is so funny.
Former President Trump has been courting black voters, some of whom have started to reconsider their support for President Biden. But Trump's comments on Friday at the Black Conservative Federation Gala in South Carolina is leading to controversy, with some calling the remarks racist. Take a listen.
And a lot of people said that that's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against. And they actually viewed me as I'm being discriminated against. It's been pretty amazing, but it possibly, I don't know, maybe there's something there.
That's why the black people like me. Dude, this guy is so amazing. That's why the black people like me. And they're, again, just watch how this all plays out, okay?
That was said in front of hundreds of black conservatives. What was their reaction? We're joined now by 4 black Republicans who were all in the room. Abdul Ali, Operations Director at Frederick Douglass Foundation of North Carolina. Tia Bess, National Director of Engagement for Moms for Liberty. Kevin McGarry, co-founder of Every Black Life Matters. And Sharice Lane, a student at Florida A&M University. Thank you all so much for joining us. The Federation just responded, saying in part, black Americans are waking up to the reality that the Democratic Party has taken advantage of them, and the media and the party are terrified.
Yes.
Our community supports the policies of President Donald J. Trump and knows full well that life was better 4 years ago under his administration. No amount of media deception or liberal race baiting will sway the minds of black voters who will cast their ballots this November for safer streets, a better financial well-being, a secure border, and a complete rejection of Joe Biden's disastrous tenure. So you all were all there. A quick show of hands. Do you believe his comments were in any way racist?
They're all quiet. They didn't even flinch. They didn't even flinch. One more time. One more time.
It's disastrous tenure. So you all were all there. A quick show of hands. Do you believe his comments were in any way racist? Nobody. Okay. Abdul, what were your thoughts that night when you heard these comments during the event?
It's about time that somebody started telling the truth. I mean, he's only speaking to what some black folks have experienced for a very long time, which is a disastrous justice systems in many cases. And ultimately, we can all see this playing out right in front of our very eyes. I wasn't offended or didn't feel like anything he said was racist in any way.
Former President Trump also made a statement about his mugshot taken as part of his Georgia case. Let's take a listen to that.
And you know who embraced it more than anybody else? The black population. It's incredible. You see black people walking around with my mugshot. You know, they do shirts and they sell them for $19 a piece.
Kevin, Tia, I want to bring you in here. Do you feel that that comment was in any way off color?
They're all laughing. They're all laughing. Look at him. He's laughing because it's true and it's funny. Trump is connecting with everybody on a different level, and they cannot stop it. This dude is so funny.
Also made a statement about his mugshot taken as part of his Georgia case. Let's take a listen to that.
And You know who embraced it more than anybody else? The black population. It's incredible. You see black people walking around with my mugshot. You know, they do shirts and they sell them for $19 a piece.
Kevin, Tia, I want to bring you in here. Do you feel that that comment was in any way off color?
Not at all. I mean, the reality is that, we see a president that has been prosecuted and persecuted. And a lot of people in the community, especially in the black community, who have felt that there's multi-tiers of justice, are seeing that played out in front of their very eyes. And they're saying, yeah, I can relate to this guy. This guy is going through some things that either myself or my family have gone through. And this is a very relatable moment for a lot of people. So seeing this mugshot as a big, to the media and to the political pundits it's a big deal, and it really does resonate within the community.
Tia, want to get your comments there.
Dude, they've literally made this guy the coolest person on earth. They've made Trump into Tupac. They've made him cool. He is the people's champion.
Well, no, I agree, especially coming from an education perspective. He didn't say, if you're not black if you don't vote for me. He was just stating the truth, and that's what sometimes we need to hear. For too long in politics, we've been lied to, and we need to hear the truth and have someone that we can relate to.
Me personally, I don't think that's necessarily relating to blackness, but I do think that a lot of black people have gone through the criminal justice system, and it has been unfair to them. And I think that's what he was saying.
Adul, you've said that you focus more on Trump's policies than what he actually says. But as we saw when he was president, his words do have tremendous power, even fluctuating the stock market just minutes after he'd speak. Do you think that his words shouldn't matter?
His words absolutely do matter, and I'm less concerned with something said in jest, and I'm more concerned with the fact that we had a president who actually took on criminal justice reform with the First Step Act. And unlike the Biden administration and the Democrats, he set forth a platinum plan for black economic empowerment, something we've seen nothing of the sort from the Democrats.
Kevin, your thoughts as far as...
Why did that get... That looked like a pretty hard cut right there. That looked like a pretty hard cut. What happened there?
Administration and the Democrats, he set forth a platinum plan for black economic empowerment, something we've seen nothing of the sort from the Democrats.
Kevin, your thoughts as far as, do you feel that...
I don't know if anybody knows where a longer clip is, but that was a hard cut right there, and I wonder why. I wonder why there was a hard cut there.
There have been some policies in the past, well, while he was president for 4 years, that black people benefited from.
Absolutely. And the number one policy, and the one policy I wish the mainstream media would cover, because it would give you a lot more credibility amongst your average folks, would be the policy that Joe Biden in his 1994 crime bill, when he says, look, we're going to get rid of these racial jungles. We're going to, basically target black and brown communities for a little $5 piece of crack. We're going to send them to prison for 15 to life. And this has been going on. President Trump came in and saw the injustice that was perpetrated on the black community, especially. It was targeted. And he said, no, we're going to dismantle this.
According to exit polling, former President Trump saw a 5% increase in the black vote from 2016 to 2020. Tia, I want to bring you back in here. What do you think is driving this increase? What specific Trump policies do you feel have helped black Americans?
The fact, quit asking these questions like people are retarded. It's obvious what's going on, and this is why no one trusts the media, because of these dumb questions. You're asking them questions like they're kindergartners because they support Trump. You're asking them questions like, why do you think black people like Trump? Why do you think black people are supporting Trump? This is so disrespectful, and this is what the media does constantly. The fact is, though, they got 4 people here. They could not find even one person to be the counter voice, because that shows how popular Donald Trump is.
Well, I'll start with myself. I was a Democrat for all my life, my entire family, but it was around COVID time when I started paying attention to policies being made. I started paying attention to when Trump and other politicians were listening to the parents, the people who really had voices that matter. Because if you look at the media now, no one's paying attention to the parents and what we need. And just because I'm a Black parent doesn't mean that I care less about my child. Doesn't mean that my opinion should not be heard. So there have been a lot of policies that, Trump has been supporting within the parental rights system.
And anyone can answer here, kind of a jump ball.
That was
Final question.
That was another cut. She had more to say. Why are you cutting her off?
And now,
Listen.
no one's paying attention to the parents and what we need. And just because I'm a Black parent doesn't mean that I care less about my child. Doesn't mean that my opinion should not be heard. So there have been a lot of policies that, Trump has been supporting within the parental rights system.
And anyone can answer here, kind of a jump ball. Final question. What do you think about the media response, the noise, and some of the comments made as a result of the controversial remarks, if you will, that Donald Trump said over the weekend? And I'm also curious, is there anything that...
Nothing controversial about what he said. And again, I will say this, okay? I will say this, that I think all four of these voters right here handled this perfectly well, because if they would have said anything rude or out of line, then the media would have used that against them too, because that's exactly what they do. But I just think you got to stay focused and just look, they jump cutted twice. I'm not saying that they jump cutted because there was something said that they didn't want people to hear. What I'm saying is they jump cutted because there was something said that they don't want people to hear. That's exactly what I'm saying. And until it's proven otherwise, fine. But I don't trust the media at all.
Donald Trump could say that would stop you all from voting for him?
Nothing.
For me, I would say that it's more so about policy and action instead of just talking. Someone can talk a good game all day. They can appeal to Black voters if they want to, but it's all about policy and what you're doing that really stands out to me. Like, for instance, there are two big policies that I agree with that he has passed, such as things on school choice. I'm pro-school choice, and I'm also anti-illegal immigration. I think that it does disproportionately affect Black Americans, and I think that a lot of my counterparts would agree with. And I say that because those people are being sent to Black communities. They're being sent to our hoods, our neighborhoods.
Anyone else?
That was another
if
cut.
Trump
That was
came
another
out
cut.
tomorrow and said, I want an unlimited open border, if he came out tomorrow and said he was in favor of late stage abortion, if he came out tomorrow and said he doesn't think Black people have the capacity to succeed in this country, then I wouldn't vote for him. But chances are he won't be saying those things, and chances are I'll be supporting him.
Perfect answer. Did the other guy not get a chance to answer? Like, why aren't we listening to what he had to say? Again, the media hates this. That backfired gloriously. So that was beautiful to see. I loved that. And we need to see more of President Trump reaching out and putting the media in the position to have to cover stuff like that, and it will expose them gloriously. So shout out to this entire panel who destroyed the mainstream media. It was absolutely glorious to see.